So we have another, just an incredible guest. It is Barry Schumaier from KFYR TV. He is the general manager of the KFYR TV and KFYR TV in the Western North Dakota market. Barry and his crew have been nothing short of incredible as partners with Brave the Shave. And we couldn't do this without them, whether it's a Brave the Shave-a-thon or if it's a regular Brave the Shave any other year without pandemic. Barry and KFYR TV and the NBC stations are just incredible with their support. So thanks for jumping on, Barry.
Yeah, thanks, Tanner. You bet. No, I'm privileged to be part of this day. This is great. Thank you, Tanner.
So just to give a little backstory, Mike and I made a phone call to Barry and Megan Naylor there at KFYR. What 3 weeks ago, Mike?
Yeah. Yep.
3 weeks ago, and we had this idea of how can we help these families, and we were just hoping that Barry might help us with like a little bit of airtime on a Saturday morning or something. And Barry and his crew came back with the Brave the Shave-a-thon, which everybody's going to be watching tomorrow when this airs. So once again, it was one of those situations. I don't know how many times we sat down with you, Barry, and said, hey, can we have this? Can you help us with this? And you came back with, we'll help you with this. So your dedication to Brave the Shave in the community. I don't know, maybe if you want to talk a little bit about your guys' efforts with the community and how dedicated you are, not only to Brave the Shave, but everything that you do that's community oriented.
Well, boy, I remember that phone call or that video chat as well, Tanner. In fact, like most video chats, everything didn't go perfect. We're still trying to perfect everything. I know we could see you and Mike, but you guys couldn't see Megan and I.
That's right.
And we started out the call, the video chat with, we could do tons, we could do this, we could do, and it evolved and kind of did a 180 into what we call kind of breaks within each newscast, which is an idea that Megan and I didn't have before we got on the phone call. So pretty cool. It was the ultimate in brainstorming. That at the end of that call, it felt really good. It's like, okay, that worked. And of us even saying, did we just invent the new way to do the big event? And who knows? We won't know that until late Tuesday evening. But we're excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely. We got off the phone going, this could be something really big. This could be, have you guys ever done anything like this before?
We haven't, no, which is what I love about it. It gives you a little case of the nerves of, you put yourself out there, but as a local TV station, that's what we need to do. And I can't think of, Tanner and Mike, anything more honorable or great to do with our airwaves than to help with childhood cancer prevention, eradication, research. I mean, all the things that we do. Part of what we love about your Brave the Shave chapter is the family fund and the critical research, and it's really all encompassing. We know it's shaving of heads, and I thought, well, what can I do to contribute? Well, this is my natural hairdo, so nobody's going to pay to see me shave a 1/16 of an inch off my hair. So I could help with our TV station. I felt was the best foot forward.
Oh, that's there's always good jokes that go back and forth about that each year with Barry.
Well, and this was something close to my heart because Tanner, the first time I probably had a close friend get touched with cancer was you. A lot of the people that are hearing this and listening to this might not know this, but Tanner and I worked together. I was a sales manager at the time, and he was one of our new absolute star account executives, and always phenomenal at anything he did. And I remember the day, roughly 6 years ago and change, I believe, that Dash was diagnosed with leukemia, and here it is many years later. And we saw you guys the other day when you were fishing, and he looks like the healthiest young boy you could meet.
He is. I remember bringing him into the station when I worked there in a child carrier, a little basket. So he was born while I worked with Barry. Yeah. And you know what? You're right. Dash he's so strong. You'd never know it. He has no limitations. He has no known side effects. We are absolutely blessed with him going through 3 years of treatment and have this just strong young man on our hands, a 13-year-old now. So
he's one of our heroes.
Yes, he is.
And
Yeah.
I've also had, also as a sales manager, one of my employees who I hired years ago come into my office and say, with tears, and it's one of the few times I've openly wept with a fellow employee, I've got liver cancer. So it's something that I can't imagine anyone that doesn't have friend, relative, or even significant other that hasn't been touched by cancer.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And we were talking with many people today about, the environment and whatnot, and we're all doing, I mean, you can't turn on anything without hearing news about Corona and COVID, and that this is a little bit of what families that deal with cancer deal with every day. It's the terrifying germs. It's not just because of some new virus. It's the common cold that can cause major issues. So I'm sure you guys have run many stories in the past with families that have been dealt with cancer and the complications that come along with that. So one of our big messages today is, they need us now more than ever.
Mm-hmm. Well, in fact, that first Zoom call that we had with you guys, we were talking about, I had just ordered with one of our vendors hand sanitizers mounted all over our 4 stations in Dickinson, Williston, Minot, and Bismarck. And Tanner, you were saying you still have yours up from when your family was going through that.
Yeah, I should walk around the house with the laptop and show you my sanitizer got mounted all over. We still use them. Absolutely.
But those are just, in this new normal that we'll have, whatever that looks like post COVID-19, that's just good hygiene that, my mom taught me 50 years ago, not to date myself, but
not to date yourself. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's something that we I think that if at the end of this, if that's what we all turn out to do is use a little more hand sanitizer, be a little bit more aware of spreading germs, that could be a blessing in disguise there.
Yeah.
And I do have to bring it up. Max and Julie, your reporters, Max and Julie, have been nothing short of just amazing as well.
Great.
Mike is also on the line here, and Mike's had a lot of interactions, and a lot of our families have had a lot of interactions with both of them. And I think that people will be able to tune into KFYR TV.com. Is it KFYRTV.com?
Yep. Your KFYRTV.com or yournewsleader.com. Either one works.
Yep. And they'll be able to view these stories that Max and Julie have done, interviews with the families throughout the state. You'll get to meet some of the kids that have been affected by cancer or are currently fighting cancer. And those were all brought to you by the generosity and the incredible dedication of KFYR TV to our communities. So we thank you so much, Barry.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, Max and Julie are great. We're blessed to have great news teams in Bismarck, Minot, Williston, all over what we call the DMA, the 4-station area, because Brave the Shave isn't just a Bismarck Mandan event anymore.
Oh, right.
Yep. So we love covering it everywhere, and again, it goes back to our responsibility as a broadcaster to use our airwaves for the greater good of. I always tell people we're a local news station first, and we're an NBC affiliate second, and a Fox affiliate second, because we're really known for local news. That's what brings the masses together. And in this pandemic, we're going to break into our programming on 7 different newscasts from 5 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. at the highest viewed times throughout the day, which is pretty neat to be able to do that. And I was always really touched, Tanner and Mike, by when you guys were nice enough to have me to the big event at the YMCA here in Bismarck, and have me up on the stage, and I could almost barely choke out the words because I'm looking around at all these hundreds of people that are just heroes. And so this year we're going to do it virtually. Next year, are we back at the YMCA? Maybe, I don't know, but we want to help raise the money one way or the other.
You know what? And I haven't looped you in on that. We're rescheduled just as of a couple days ago. We are going to do the main event. It's going to be September 19th this year so you'll be able to come again. And it's always, like you said, I don't know if there's anybody that's went to that event that hasn't left there going, okay, that is something that changed the way I think about the world, or that changed my life, or it's just incredible. You've said that to me multiple times, how it's just a incredibly moving event.
I would encourage anybody that's watching this to really make an effort to go to it, because it's one of those things, and a lot of people say, well, you can't really get it until you're there. You don't get it until you're there and you're standing by Senator Hoeven and is on your right, and on your left may be a 5-year-old who has leukemia. You know, it's just such an amazing group of people.
Well, we sure appreciate everything you do, Barry, and everything that every one of your stations do in Minot and Williston and Dickinson and Bismarck and I mean, these guys help us shoot promotional videos. They help us get on the airwaves. And last year was one of our biggest years for partnership with KFYR. And lo and behold, it was our #1 fundraising year ever in the 13 years that we've been doing this. We raised $515,000, and we have a lot of wonderful partners, and but I love saying that that's the power of KFYR TV, because boy, you get on your airwaves, and that sure drives it sure raises awareness for the cause. It sure it's just an incredible thing what it does to bring our communities together.
Well, let's do it again. We want to put up a big number, guys.
Well, let's do it. I sure appreciate it, Barry. Look forward to all day tomorrow, the Brave the Shave-a-thon, and we look forward to working with you in September, my friend.
Okay. Yep, we'll do.
Okay. Thanks, Barry.